As from now on a commie, and you are a fucking commie. Don't like that. Give me a notice and fuck off.
What's it got here? Beer farm.
Oh boy. Hello, welcome to No Crying in the Coolroom. This is a chef industry podcast. If you haven't been with us before, I am Tim Kershaw. That's Lachie Sheridan. And with us today, after episode 10 complete, we have our first guest, Pero. Chef Pero.
Hello.
From...
Actually nailed the button.
Chef Pero from the Old Laundry.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, you were, already been here before, but also first double guest.
Oh,
We had to, we couldn't release the other podcast that you were so rude.
Oh, yeah.
On the first
It'll be a series. By 10 years' time, it would have been an underground series or something.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? I was angry at dogs.
You weren't angry. You definitely convinced a dog lover to like cats more.
Yeah.
There was that. And we had all these prep lists and things to talk about, and we wanted to get organised, and then we saw your arm when you came in. Hold it up high. Like, that's what a celebration.
Yeah, I fucked it bad.
Oh, my God.
Saturday before going to a catering job, I was prepping it at work, and I managed to have a freak accident while sharpening a knife. I somehow embedded a knife into my forearm and got a... Yeah.
And you showed us the picture. It is horrific. It is so horrific.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the worst injuries I reckon I've seen.
Yeah. I got 4 weeks off work.
You kept saying the word gushing as well.
Yeah, it was gushing. Yeah.
So maybe take us through it. Like, what is happening? What happened?
So I cut my arm. I looked at it. The apprentice Trey, shout out to Trey, TJ, looked at me and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Did it bleed straight away?
It was literally like a sprinkler.
Oh.
So there was blood everywhere. The walls.
Oh, no way. Are you joking?
No, actually not.
Oh.
Holy shit.
So he got a few tea towels and he wrapped it, and I lost all movement in the arm. I couldn't feel it, so it just dropped. So there's blood started gushing, and then he
dude.
lifted it up. He took his knife roll and he took the strap and he tied a little thing around it.
Fuck, that's all right.
Wow.
Pretty good. Yeah. And then Oscar drove me to Charlie's where I got a bandage and they gave me fentanyl, which was great. So.
Yeah, you were just saying.
The F-bomb.
I thought he was joking. He came in here, he was like, "I'm on fentanyl." I was like, "What a legend."
Yeah. Right, same.
Yeah. We all do whatever in our spare time.
Yeah.
Government issued.
Yeah, government issued fentanyl. It was good. It was great. Yeah.
Wow.
How many fentanyls is a dose? Officially?
Bro, I have no idea. They had a
Like a
bag.
pill? One
No,
pill?
it was liquid.
Oh, right. See, this is what I know about fentanyl.
Straight in the vein.
Fuck, straw it up.
Do you reckon they give that to anyone, or it was because it was a serious injury?
It was a serious injury, but because I was joking with her. I was like, "Hey, you're not going to give me fentanyl,
Yeah.
eh? I don't have fentanyl."
That's how we took it. So we get fentanyl.
She's like, "I'm giving you fentanyl."
No one gets fentanyl.
You get like Nurofen, plus or something.
Yeah, I
like
thought,
dose.
or Panadol, Forte, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like they should have to crack open the case, pull the fentanyl out.
Yeah.
Sign it out of prison or something.
Yeah.
Get a procedure together, but
They were so eager to get me fentanyled.
yeah.
So, how long do you reckon before you develop a full blown?
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What streets? What is
Someone
the
take
best
his
street
bank
in
card away
Perth for fentanyl? Let's think of that.
I'm working those corners for fentanyl later today.
Yeah, there's alleys out the back. Mango.
So your apprentice, how many years? 2, 1?
I just turned second year, yeah.
Just turned second year. Had to deal with this,
Had to deal with this.
and did a crack up job, or
Mate, he did a great job. He
He's
was
got the what's it called when you tie it off?
talkie or talk?
Yeah, something like that. Tourniquet.
Tourniquet, yeah.
nice.
We got there together.
Yeah. See, I'm foreign,
High
so yeah. Oh, okay.
No high fives on this podcast, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah. So he saw it. He swears.
Yeah, he swears. Yeah,
Which is fair because it
Very
looked
fair.
like it was it's a giant.
yeah.
It must have opened up.
Yeah, it opened
the whole
up.
arm
Yeah.
opened up.
Well,
Full went in.
they gave me an X-ray because I thought I cracked the bone.
So how why would you need to sharpen a knife that can do this to you? Or yeah, they're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
It needs to be a little bit as a boning knife or something.
It was
Like
like
self-harm to get fentanyl to me.
Oh my god.
it was almost like a semi-cleaver, you know, one of those.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's just, and he's tied it off. You're incapacitated.
Yeah,
or are you
like
telling him what
gone.
to do?
I was gone.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Bit of shock as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it was that bad.
And he
You know, you
got.
tell yourself, yeah, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good.
Yeah, and then you're like, no,
fine,
it's
fine.
bad. Yeah.
Fucking everyone's around you. This is shit. This is shit. This is the worst shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Well, the funniest thing happened was when I was at Charlie's, the nurse took the bandage off, took a photo of it, and she's like, I've got to put this into the WhatsApp page because this looks fucked.
Fuck yeah. Is this the same lady that
Gave me the fentanyl.
Fuck yeah.
Right. We've heard about nurses, but we know. We've heard the truth about them online. Now we fucking know. She's like jacking you up with the hardest stuff and taking pictures of your injuries for a WhatsApp group.
Encrypted fucking chat. Yeah.
Unencrypted. Nurses don't give a fuck, dude. It sounds like
You know what? I'm glad they party hard. Like that's someone's got to do it.
I mean, they're doing a pretty hardcore job.
Yeah.
You look forward to something, eh?
And then they sent you to another hospital.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, do you have private health cover, or do you want to stay here in public?"
Do you want to bleed out?
So I was like, "Well, when can I get looked at here?" They're like, "Oh, in a day or 2 or 3 days or something." I can't really remember, but essentially what happened was that the private hospital, St. John of God, they could do a surgery that day. So I was like, oh, I'm going there. And that's where they were like, oh yeah, go outside and catch an Uber or get someone to pick you up. And I was like, okay.
Is that our public health system?
Love it.
Would work cover it though?
I think so, yeah.
Have to.
Yeah.
Workplace injury, hopefully.
Yeah. Should be good.
All right, man. What a great way to start our first guest podcast.
Sweet.
That is hilarious.
Just
dude.
fa-
And then what now? How many weeks off?
Well, they said at least 4. So, I mean, it's the worst time of year to have off. But I've got a pretty good... My team's good. I mean, they're probably stronger without me, you know.
I mean, I guess that's the second part of it. Is like
specials.
yeah. No, they'll
They
still,
came all.
dude, make him send through every chef special and then just send it back with one thing changed.
Yeah,
at
no,
least.
I couldn't do that to them.
There's a fennel artery in this.
This dish lacks fentanyl.
Wow, man. Well, that's the second part of it as well. Like you get through the injury and then you realize, oh shit, it's Christmas time. So you must have functions,
catering jobs, busy at work. Yeah, it's pretty full on.
Full fucking hell. How are they going to do it? What's going to happen?
Well, I mean, they're all pretty strong, so I think they're all just gonna work an extra day a week. And my missus, who's a chef as well, she might give him a hand certain days. Maybe Lachie as well if he wants to help.
Sure.
Get that guy in there.
I can sharpen knives.
Yeah. Hopefully. Or maybe just stop doing that. I think we should all stop doing that.
Yeah, we should
Blunt knives,
stop
though.
working.
Yeah.
No knives.
I'm going to sharpen
I wonder what you
spoons.
could do. No knives.
Nothing.
No.
What are you fucking
You can't. No.
just
No. We're pirate bandits.
I'm going to stop wondering it.
Yeah. No wondering. Stop that.
Yeah.
That's epic, dude. Wow. All right. Well, I do have some. So it's the Old Laundries.
Yeah.
The restaurant.
That's it.
Tell us a little bit about it. What kind of restaurant?
It's a small bar that's been open for about 9 years. We started off sort of like bar food, but now we're sort of like become more of a like European inspired restaurant over the last maybe 2. We do a lot of external catering, we do a lot of functions, but it's good.
And that's your push. You're saying, hey, I want to do more Mediterranean style stuff.
Well, I've always sort of had like free reign with the food. I mean, like Oscar's quite, he just tends to let people do their thing. And then when I became an owner, he was a bit more like, oh yeah, just do what you want to do type thing. So and I've always sort of like leaned into that European thing, being Croatian and that. So I've always tried to find sort of inspiration from the heritage and stuff like that. But yeah,
It does help that your food is good, though. Like,
he's drunk. You're drunk.
drunk again.
Does he come in?
You've met me before.
Does he come in and eat it?
I was saying,
Me?
yeah.
Fuck, I was eating it for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
As in, like, no, I worked there over like COVID, a couple of days a week every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, work there with us.
Yeah, to get that maximum hours for the fucking government money. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Man. I've actually got your menus here.
Oh, geez.
Which bit's Croatian? You got any Croat stuff on here?
Shit about it.
Yeah.
Full dress down.
Not a dress down, a dress up. Do you want to go through it?
Oh, is that the online menu?
Yeah.
It's probably the old. Is that the current one?
I don't know.
Oh,
Ricotta gnocchi?
nah, that's the old one.
Oh my god, your menu's off. What do you got on at the moment then?
Well, it's pretty much the same, but I mean, it's always sort of varies with that sort of like Italian Croat med vibe. But I mean, there should be a lamb shoulder dish there that's quite Croat-y.
Yeah, it says Croatian style lamb shoulder.
That's the one.
So you know, hey.
What does that mean? What spices does Croatia have?
Lemons.
Garlic. Rosemary?
Yeah, rosemary, sage, garlic, lemon. Yeah, just Croat food is very similar to Greek. Very similar vibe. It's like Italian food, but just a bit more peasanty.
Okay.
Do you guys have lots of goats?
Yeah.
And a lot of goat stuff.
That dish should have. I was trying to do it with goat,
Right.
but then trying to find goat,
Yeah, of course.
it's fucking difficult.
Yeah, lamb's just right there, eh?
No one's doing, I guess there's a lot of lamb here, but no one's doing goat in Western Australia.
Well, it's seasonal as well, goat, for some reason. So it's like you can only get goat in spring, I think. At least that's what the butcher told me, and I just went with it.
And you're like, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to write a menu, not like change the world.
I remember trying to get goat back in 2011, and that was the same shit.
Yeah.
And even then, they were like, it's got to be all on the bone and already cut like we've done it or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like, oh, can I get like 2 legs or something? It was, or like on an ongoing basis. It was just like, yeah, maybe. You're like, well, this doesn't tell me anything.
It's like I think the butcher told me when they get half a goat and they just cut chunks.
Yeah, this is
And
what
they
it
cut
was.
like chunks about like 200-300 gram, and then that's it. You just get like the random selection of those chunks.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Why would they treat goat so much different to anything else?
I don't know. But that was the
You can get
answer
diced
I got
goat.
when I asked all those questions too. I was like, well, just give me a whole goat in that case, right? Because at least we
chunks.
can fuck around with it better. And absolutely no chance. And I was like, what? Yeah. So I remember quitting on it real quick.
Yeah, it's.
But I mean, that was, 15 years ago, yeah. Or nearly.
Wow.
But I don't think many things changed, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah, but like, this is a demand thing. Surely. If they can just survive doing what they're doing.
but I get the diced goat because you can get diced goat from like a lot of butchers, and it's like diced meat, and like a lot of curry houses would
I was
probably
about to say, maybe that's their whole thing is
Curry,
curries.
yeah.
And restaurants that use goat in that capacity. So why?
So no one's trying to dress goat up and make something.
Yeah, but like maybe surely you're making all your money doing that. You mean like you got Lachie ringing you up going, "Can I have a whole goat?" You're like,
No.
I can sell this whole goat for 10
Yeah,
times
we're
more than you'll buy.
We're
for.
selling the bones
Yeah, exactly.
on this thing.
Per kilo, yeah.
You're trying to cut off loins and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a weird one because like it's such beautiful meat though.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, because we had it on the menu last year, or year before, I can't remember. But it was sort of that chunks, and then we like had it like ossobuco type braise, and we did kifla potatoes, and
nice.
it was delicious. It was a very hearty meal, but like I remember we could only do it for about 2 months because the season just went,
Right.
and then our supplier was like, "Well, I can't get any more goat," and you're like, "Oh, okay,
That's it.
yeah, goat done." Which is a good way to eat. You just gotta educate your people.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
And you like the freedom to change
Yeah.
menus fine.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like, you know,
It's more the function of your kitchen, right? Like everyone's on board
yeah.
changing.
No, they're quite good with that, yeah. So it's like, they kind of know that, like, you know, if we're getting this for 2 months, we're just going to do that for 2 months, we'll take it off, and then we also don't put, like, so much pressure on the change. So if we're like, oh, yeah, that dish is coming off, we're not like, oh, fuck, we really need to have a new one ready. If we're ready, like, 3 weeks afterwards, so be it type thing. Just make it good, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I remember those menu changeovers back in
Oh,
the day. Hey? Like, or even dish changeovers. Hey, like you've got the old one, you're trying to put the new one in. There's no prep time for it.
Yeah.
And the boss is like, tonight's the night. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, or they'd move it a day either side, and you're like, are you
Yeah.
You just ruined my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be the scariest thing. It was never casual. Like,
Yeah.
there's a new dish. It was always like, oh, fuck, there's a
Yeah,
new dish.
I hate that.
It's space too, right? Like you're gradually getting new stuff in for the new menu, but you still got to run the old menu exactly the same. It's just space thing, right? Like when you're going to get the...
Yeah, and also trying to get something...
That's what pissed me off. Used to piss me off just like having this massively flowing fridge or freezers or whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
Which shit you can't even sell.
Yeah, and then you got to like fuck around with running the old menu out, right?
Yeah.
You got all this shit left over.
Yeah.
But
And then they're like, what's wrong with you?
But it seems so like not productive because everything comes in season at different times. You're never going to get everything like line up perfectly. So you might as well just like change one dish at a time and everyone just have a good fucking time. Like
Yeah. Put on a new special, like have the room for a special. The other problem was like specials. If there's no room for specials now, it's a headache as well.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's like a full menu plus you've got to come up. We had to come up with specials every day for the fine dining restaurant. I was in Larder.
Yeah.
And it was like, but there was no extra produce or anything, but you just had to like manufacture something.
Yeah, but like
it wasn't fun.
A special should be like someone's expression on something. Like, you know, like you've got like a swordfish came in and you're like, the guy on pans is like, fucking, I want to do something with this swordfish. Like, you go ahead, you do your thing. Like, you know, like it shouldn't be this sort of pressure attached to it.
Yeah, there's not many of those head chefs around though, hey.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I ordered you in a swordfish side and have a crack.
Yeah.
You know?
We used to have, when I worked for Mr. Peter Manifest, he was good with that, as in he would bring it in, but he was so loose that he would just arrive like at 11:15 and be like, this is for the with a whole swordfish, for example. And you're like, that's so cool. We've already done, we've already done the special. It's kind of it's exactly what you want, but the reverse of what you want. Like, and he would just be like, off you guys, we've already prepped this stuff. He's like, well, this is what we do. And you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just your fucking balls up.
Now that's hard.
Yeah, but it's just annoying,
Yeah, and then he'd just come in with 10 kilos of something and he got off the boat, which is wicked, except that it was always at like...
Was there no communication? Was it all like, hey,
No,
guys,
sound like it.
It was supposed to be work 2 hours before that.
11:15 swordfish doesn't sound like
He'd come on and he'd call you a cunt. He'd come in, put it there, and then he'd just say it's there. And you're like, just ignore it for as long as you could. Yeah. You'd be like, well, you'd sort it out, man.
So what would you do with a side of swordfish 45 minutes before service starts?
He'd have some
Salad.
kind of rough thing in his head that he just shout at you about. You just have to put it together. You have to figure out what are you doing and try and use whatever you've half done as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd try and get in front of him.
Insanity.
I'd have a
It's
couple of
absolute
garnishes
insanity.
extra at all times, and I'd have like an extra salad at all times, and he could never beat me.
No, but then he would just say it's trash. So like it was in his head. So you had to sort of figure out what was in
This
his
is
head.
exactly
But
what
this
I'm
is the
talking
reason why people don't want to cook anymore.
100%.
Like that sort of shit. Like, couldn't fucking call you up as he's coming back and like, hey, bro, I got a swordfish. Get the polenta on or something. I don't fucking know, but like,
Sometimes he would do that and we wouldn't have polenta.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and you're like, what? Or someone to pick up the phone because you want to pick up the phone or you're busy, actually prepping for the real menu, and someone would yell, "Oh, Pete rang, needs you to do this," and you're like, "Well, I can't. We don't have that or that or that or that or a pot," and you're like, "Cool," and then you come in and be like, "Who put that on?" And you're like, "We don't have it, mate." Yeah, it was a fucking nightmare. It
Sounds
was a fucking
exactly
nightmare.
what I was
All
talking
the customers absolutely frothed the joint though. So,
but it was all that like, hey, bubbity bubbity.
It was all maths on the pass too, man. Yeah. He called it piccolo dining, which was on these high tea stands, and you had to do maths on fucking maths on every docket.
What?
So like,
I remember this.
Yeah. So if you had a table of 3, some dishes, some little dish, like if you had a lamb cutlet, that'd be 1 per person. But if you had 7, it didn't work. It didn't work. I can't even remember this day. But at the time, you're doing like 3.5 times 2 on this, and you cut, and then you have to arrange it on the high tea stand. The high tea stand, it goes out. But you have to have a total of.
That is so gay.
You have to have 3 items.
No one's talking about lamb chops on high tea.
Three items.
Oh my God.
3 items per person on whatever the table is. but then there was an odd number of what the serves were. So then you would go, what the fuck? So 3 into, so there was a serving of 2. So then you go, okay, so now there's 2 and there's a table of 4. This is an easy one. But sometimes you get fucked up when you get like 11 or 11 and 1 kid, and he was just like, put a half one on there. You're like, fuck, like what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm trying to cook and make this swordfish special and stir this polenta.
But why is it on a high tea stand?
Because it's
Piccolo-
gross.
Hello, you don't understand. It's piccolo dining. You don't understand.
It's 15 years ago, dude.
I reckon I got called a cunt every 15 minutes.
You did.
Everyone did.
But you're like the loveliest guy.
Yeah, until you start calling me a cunt and trying to make me do maths all day. Like, I'm good at it. But also, once
But
people,
yeah, you're no fool. Like.
yeah, once people figure out you're good at it, you're the guy that directs the maths. So then someone goes, how many whiting am I putting down? And you're like,
Responsibility
for
off
which
my
table?
shoulders.
For which table are we talking about? They're like, all of them, but they're not all coming up at the right same time, motherfucker. And you're like, this one? And they're like, yeah, sure. You're like, fuck.
But
It becomes you, right?
but this
that's
would've-
also what I do to myself. Is I go, all right, I got this.
But
And
this
you go,
would have been when you enjoyed cooking still.
I know. You fucking
But he doesn't enjoy maths.
absolutely destroyed me. Yeah.
Wow, so we can blame Peter Manifest for Lachie leaving the industry.
Well, I mean,
15 years
it's
later.
a very.
Hey, I want to extrapolate.
Did you guys do your apprenticeship together?
No,
big
no.
bunch.
Separately?
Yeah, no, we worked together at Beaumont Catering.
Yeah.
Apprenticeship's done? You were chefs by then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him when we were at the Bankwest cooking together, and he'd roll in, and he was just that guy that got the shit done, and everyone would just stay away from Lachie, and I was always like, I know this man's game. He's just like, I'll just look angry, and no one will talk to me, and I'll just do my work, and I'll go home. I was like, I respect that.
I knew the finishing time, and I wanted to hit that finishing time. That was it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's all
So
you
it's
cared.
like, if people, I'll go, what is it? But what's after that? What's after that? Don't give me that. Keep going until fucking, yeah.
Uh-huh. I want all my prep jobs for the day.
But that's sort of why I was at that joint anyway. I wasn't working there like full time. So like that was sort of why you knew that was your role.
Yeah.
And then help with whatever fucking thing you had going on. You always had like plate ups or whatever.
It was a good job.
Yeah, you were in catering and then you went back to
Yeah,
head chefing.
yeah, so-
Usually that's like the last call before everyone's sayonara.
This wasn't catering really though.
It wasn't.
I think we talked about it before maybe.
Yeah,
on the
it
last podcast.
You were like in this building, and you were sort of like cooking for all the staff there, and then we were kind of doing all these like fancy meals and like 3, 5, 7 course degos for all the executives.
So it was such a wide ranging thing. Yes, we good.
Yeah, and it was quite like, so you're making like a pot of stroganoff, and then you're like doing like something like making like a white chocolate, I don't know, like semi-Fredo for a dessert shake, you know, like, so you're doing all this. There's Paco Jets and there's Bain Marie's in the same fucking kitchen, which is wild in itself, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
then you've got on a different floor, you've got all these just random, like nice sausage rolls and like all this like quiches and all this going out just to floors. So you're doing that at the same time these guys are plating up a 14-person
6 course
But
dego.
you're not
yeah.
just,
Go, yeah,
you're
same
not
time.
pulling quiches out of the freezer, like you kind of at least getting cases and making them and stuff.
These ones were like,
You're not
but
just
it
getting-
was for a completely different.
Yeah, it's like a different vibe. So like,
They just get left in. They all have kitchens on these floors.
Yeah.
They just get left there on a Friday.
so like
sometimes.
if you're an executive, you'd be getting a degustation, but if you're just like a worker on like floor 7, you'd just be getting like party pies and like spring rolls, and we'd be like putting in like a sweet chili sauce and shit.
There's just a ton of them too. So you just
No
like
shit.
on the same pass.
This is like pre-COVID, where everyone had money, and it was just like trying to like give the workers free food and shit.
Yeah, trying to be normal, good people.
Yeah,
Human beings.
idiots.
Yeah. Until after that COVID shit.
Yeah, but it was good fun. And then I went to the old laundry, and that's when I got my first head chef job. And then I left the old laundry, and I went to Amelia Park Lodge and a few other places, and then I came back, and then I became an owner, and then COVID happened, and fuck.
You owner just before COVID happened?
No, just it was talks, but then I kind of like put it on pause because COVID happened.
wise.
And he's like, all in.
We really need to get back to us about this owner thing. Once you go 80% owner now,
Just kept coughing.
And then sort of saw that it was doing well, and then became an owner after that. Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's a nice place. We had it renovated about 6 months ago, and
There's a tree right in the middle.
yeah, it's us.
Very Melbourne. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Very chic. Having a tree in the middle of a wooden floor.
Yeah.
I like it. And then, so apprenticeship for you though. Where did you start?
I started at City West Function Centre,
Okay.
and then I went to a place called Jack's in Applecross, which is not around anymore.
Jack sounds like a fast food burger place.
It was like one of those.
Less hungry.
It was a Perth sort of that first sort of wave of like breakfast cafe that turns into a bar. You know that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that. So this is like circa 2007, 8.
So what were you doing there?
Second year apprentice. So,
Poaching eggs?
yeah, there was that. So man, shifts back in the day, like 6:30 till 10 o'clock at night, 4 of those, and then like a half day at 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. type thing. But there was a pizza section, so I learned from a few good pizza guys how to use a wood-fired oven, and
That's good.
yeah,
That's a good start.
Yeah, it was really good. It was wild. It was a wild venue to work in. It was
Yeah.
busy. It was a lot of drinking on the job, which was great. But yeah, it was one of those venues. It was
Were
good.
they using the pizza oven to cook a lot of the different foods, or was
Oh,
it
they were at a few stages, like do like goats and goat legs.
back to goat all day?
goat legs and
Yeah,
it was
they
good.
told you it was goat leg. It was just goat everything. Goat bits.
Just like really old sheep.
Yeah.
Mutton.
And were they a massive breakfast place as well?
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like my apprenticeship place.
Yeah, it was
Just heavy 250 cover breakfast.
Yeah, I mean the kitchen could only fit about 2 of us for breakfast shift, and you do like 180. It was just busy. It was a busy joint. And there was no like breakfast would just roll into lunch. There was no like cut off at 11:30 or anything. Just breakfast up to 12, and then you get that from like 11:45 to 12:15, where they're having like there's some prick that's got a linguine and and his mate's got the poached eggs on toast.
And that's your
Like
fault for not getting out of the way fast enough as well.
like the biggest cunt in the world, like
Dude, you've just got the pasta pot on, hey.
yeah, and there's not a worse human being that like a couple that sits down and one goes, I'll have the Benedict and she'll have the well done steak, and we'll have it at the same time, please. And you're like, you cunts.
Which is like in
the
the
front of
second
house
year.
that has their break just after breakfast goes, yep.
Yeah,
Runs.
and that's one of the things about the place. There was no discipline. Like the front of house would come in and be like, oh, we feel like a fish burger today for lunch. So you'd be like getting your fish portion, cutting it into pieces.
No.
It was wild. It was wild. Like,
There's nothing more wild than doing a la carte cooking for the staff.
yeah, exactly. Shit that's not even on the menu.
That's what I'm saying. Element Newt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
like,
Biggest yes.
that forever has scarred me from making staff meals. Like, I hate the idea of cooking a staff member a meal because of Jack's.
No staff meals. at the
There's
old
definitely a
laundry.
venue for everyone, I reckon. For that.
Yeah.
Like, I know my venue. Just,
I mean, I'm
I
taking
hate it.
Tell us.
Well, let me guess. Can I guess?
You can't.
Where you got staff meals broke you. This is
I love that. Oh, Terrace Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's a fucking easy one. Well, you didn't even know, but it was so fucking rough.
There's always one venue. I remember you telling me this about
Yeah,
5,
you
6
must
years
have.
ago. Yeah.
Because people are hassling you, or
Yeah, so you had to have it up at 11 o'clock and 4:45 every day.
That's
And
bullshit.
you're like, okay, but obviously this coincides. The breakfast guy does the 11 o'clock meal, but that's right when you pack down. So like, it's fine, but you just do it right. But if you get busy, you're like, oh, well, shit has to help, whatever. And then just before service, you prep. There's your fucking meal, and then always come in and say, oh, so and so is a vegan, and you're like, that's so cool, that's so cool, and just keep working.
yeah.
And then they come in and go, well, I told you she was a vegan. It's like, I agree, you did. But that's rice.
And bread.
This is fucking potatoes. This is fucking But it was every day, and you didn't. At the end of it, like, you didn't try to fuck them around. This every day was bullshit. It was bullshit. I remember some bitch saying she didn't want peas, and I flicked a pea at her. It was like fucking hot, dude. It was on. It was hot. I just went, but it got her so good right here. Like
Really?
burnt the shit out of her. I didn't mean to get her, but I really wanted to get her.
But you were happy that it did.
Really wanted to get her, and just walked it off. I didn't say so. Obviously, didn't say sorry.
No.
I mean, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And she was front of house. Who flicked the pea? I flicked the pea. What?
Yeah. Now what?
Should I go home? You want service done?
Yeah. Because again, it's like specials. No one ever puts time aside for a person to make a staff meal.
Yeah.
If it's your turn, we used to have rotation. So at a pasta restaurant, I got a lot of shit to do. Handmade pasta and stuff. And it's like, oh, today's your turn. It's like, all right, well, where do I fit it in? At what point do I fit this in?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but there's like 14 of them.
I would almost rather.
All right.
Yeah, I would almost rather somebody everyone orders a meal and puts a docket through. I'd almost rather that because you're in the flow.
Yeah.
And you just chuck it down.
Yeah, and maybe you know what you can get. You can just get eggs on toast, whatever.
Yeah, but it's like it's not even a thought when a docket comes through. You just do it.
But why?
You're ready for it.
But why do we have to provide staff meals?
You're an owner. I don't know. Wasn't it being human again when we were trying to be humans?
But we're like, what?
It's probably covered work, Coppo.
Because I guess.
But what other industry will give you a staff meal? Like, I mean, like I don't see like people like Coles getting a staff meal.
Yeah.
They give you. I know this.
They give you a discount, don't they?
They give you. They put out bowls of fruit.
Yeah, but who fucking
I
eats
know
fruit?
this because my mate, an ex-chef, used to steal all the fruit every day.
I'll put out bowls
And
of
he
fruit.
was- and then someone caught him stealing all the fruit, and he was like, "Am I not allowed fruit?" And then they were like, "Yeah, you're allowed fruit, but you can't take it all." Was it, "How much can I take?" And they were like, "Well, it depends what you want. I want it all." Like it's just that whole mentality.
Just a
Because
stand
it was there, and it was for
I reckon maybe it has something to do
You're
with.
right. They don't give you meals.
But chefs are eating. Like, I reckon waiters and waitresses just peering through kitchens, looking at chefs, kind of eating at different times during the day.
Yeah.
They're like, we want food. And I guess it was just a part of our industry, right? Like, back when everyone worked really hard, it was like a thing to do.
I love that.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and it, like, it's like harmony. Congratulations, everyone have a half an hour break, everyone get a staff meal, we're all together for it, let's do the second half.
Yeah.
But that kind of changed when people stopped working.
At Jackson's, when because my missus was the head chef at Jackson's, bang the boss.
Nice. We've been through that on this podcast before.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, we said it was I think we said it was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You lose all your power. Was she the boss and you weren't?
No, yeah, I was just a commie, but we started.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it works.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now
But-
you've got more power.
No, but we started dating afterwards, so we weren't.
Did anyone know you guys were hooking up to
No,
start
no,
with?
we never hooked up at work.
Like, I didn't expect you to be like kissing at the pass. Or
No. We never hooked up. We remained like friends, and then like a couple of years after the whole children
So
happened.
there was a little bit of romance,
Yeah, there was romance.
a bit
Yeah,
of physical activity until afterwards.
afterwards.
That's hilarious that we were talking about this because, like, I married when I was. My wife is someone that I hooked up with at work when I was an apprentice.
Yeah.
So, like-
See, they didn't tell anyone,
But we
which is
didn't
the
tell
best
anyone.
move.
Yeah, but we weren't working at the same venue, so. But we were working together, and we just became friends. And then afterwards, like 2 years later, then we hooked up. So it was almost like this, like. But then everyone thought we did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
no, they're all like,
That's fair.
they've been fucking this whole time. It's like, well, no, but
Yeah, but people are dirty that they don't find out. That's it.
yeah, exactly.
Because to hide it from everyone is the best move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So romantic,
Yeah.
But she had a pretty good.
Way hotter.
way hotter, dick's harder, so much better. But everyone else is frothing for the news, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like, if you pull one over on them, they get so filthy.
I used to straight up look people in the eye and go, "Can you imagine?" Or like, if I had time to like do this chick, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, and they would just go, "That makes sense. You're doing like 6, you know, you do a double shift,
Yeah,
3
yeah.
days in a row." But literally, I was going to her house at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There was when was he going to see this chick?
Yeah,
Oh, they're at work. But the work bits, the work time is the best. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, how are ya?"
Little sneakies.
Haven't seen you in a while.
You just walk
Yeah,
past.
good. Yeah, good. Thanks. You just give a shit about nothing as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And she bends over and you go up to another chef and you're like, "Oh, would you?" And they're like, "Oh, I totally would." And you're like,
No,
"Yeah."
this,
How dare you?
that was the opposite. People would do it to me, and I go,
No.
not interested.
Roasted.
Yeah. Not interested.
I bet you she smells. Just actively slagging her off.
Yeah.
Just like, do you know who created the rumor about me smelling at work? And you're like,
just making an appearance at a birthday party. Like what? Yeah. I don't know. No idea.
yeah, nice.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, apprenticeship finished at Jack's? Done?
Yeah, finished at Jackson's, then I became a commie there, and then I went to Jackson's, and I stayed there for about 2 years, and learned a lot. And Neil's a fantastic chef.
So did you get some good chefs when you were young? It sounds like you got some good training.
Yeah, yeah.
Jackson's was the place. Like Neil's the fucking
And
is.
yeah, he's
Like
Okay.
in Perth.
he's a good cunt. He'd appreciate me calling him a cunt as well. And,
All right.
Yeah.
And he was trying to like instill values in staff and build chefs.
Yeah,
and-
he was very good at managing a team very well in a way of that everyone was there for the same purpose. He wouldn't let skill sort of. If a chef came in and he was like the bee's knees, but he was a cockhead, he'd just be like, "Get the fuck
Yeah,
out!"
yeah.
He was that type of guy. Like, I'll teach you how to cook. Don't worry about this prick. And he would just cook very honest. He was an honest chef. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously he had a restaurant that made money, so he could get away with that. But, you know, like he'd have systems in place where, you know, like rosters be written and then every day there'll be someone on staff meals. So you knew like 2 weeks in advance that you had staff meals on Wednesday.
I like it.
And then he'd like, you know, you'd be like, "Oh, chef, can you order me 5 kilos of sausages for that staff meal?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, no dramas." And he'd get you like chicken thighs.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was just the mad dog, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
cool. But you need someone involved in that. You need someone committed to that because
yeah, exactly, yeah.
it's hard work.
And
It's
it was
hard
the-
work for him.
But he was the owner, like,
Yeah, I get that, but like that's the difference between what we were whinging about before,
Yeah.
and what should happen and should work. And
but
a bit more fluid.
I suppose having that chef owner, like, he always kind of had the back of the
Yeah,
kitchen, like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he had
Yeah, true.
our backs.
Yeah,
To the point where,
sense.
you know, like tips were split quite evenly, shit like that, you know,
Yeah.
like things that aren't sort of the norm everywhere else.
yeah,
And that's kind of like how I'd like to run a kitchen like him, like, you know, like let people like breathe.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
But this
know?
is the thing about it is like I think we've noticed talking about our histories, if you were a young chef and you had like one, two or three good chefs in
Yeah.
those early stages, you actually probably stuck around and became a good chef.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you did have that early on, I think a lot of people leave.
Yeah.
So they think, oh man, I'm just getting used this whole time,
Yeah.
right? So I think we've all had some guys early on that like get you passionate about chefing as well, about building things and doing stuff,
Yeah.
or even costings, like the other side of
Yeah.
chefing, and that's just so important for people. Hey,
Yeah.
and you're right. And then now you follow through and you actually try and emulate those people.
Yeah, well, I mean, like one of the things that I try to do at work is that just like let people have their own, like be expressive, like, you know, like there's the fucking supply numbers, order whatever the fuck you want in, like as long as it's costed right and we can sell it.
Yeah.
Why would I worry about it? You know what I mean? Like,
But not the apprentices, hey?
well,
Not those dirty bastards.
fuck, nah, they're alright. They're good. Trey and Izzy are good. Like,
You can order in cilantro and you can wash it. That's all you can do. You dogs. Or you can order in whatever you want and I get to call you a dog. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all savable though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
like,
you'll have to save it. Sort of
but I mean, like, if you give everyone the
worst case, yeah.
if you give everyone like rough parameters to work in,
Yeah.
I think people tend to respect that, knowing that they can, like, you know, like everyone at work knows that they can't sell a main over $50.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna get like 16 crayfish, wrap it in truffle and hamon, and like have like a $110 special."
Yeah.
Probably would work this time of year, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw truffle on the menu.
yeah, we do.
Third dish on breakfast has truffle in it.
Yeah,
Bang.
fuck it, why not?
Eggs and truffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Is it sell a lot?
Yeah, we used to sell. Yeah, we only had it on from in the winter season when the truffle were in season. But yeah, like grabbing a half a truffle, scrambled eggs, $20. I thought that was pretty fair.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great. And people just went for it. Like
Yeah.
any people in Perth got it.
Yeah. I mean, we got pretty good. I think trust takes a long time to build in Perth, whatever you do. And I mean, like, we've never been a venue that's been sort of like. We've never been the darlings of the good WA Good Food Guide and all those sorts
No?
of institutions.
Should we call them out right now?
Yeah.
Good. This is great. Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
It is a boys' club.
Is it?
Well, not necessarily boys as in males. It's just like
Well,
friends
a
of-
clique.
they're cliquey. And I mean, like
everyone.
I mean, like, no harm, no foul. I mean, like, I understand why we wouldn't be a part of something like that because we do a lot of catering and functions, and you can't pigeonhole us as a venue. So we're trying to do as many things to be profitable at the end of the day. Like, you know, like we'll do it. You know, we'll do things to make money because that's what you kind of have to do. Like, you know, we're not going to be like, oh, we're just going to do this and that's our vision. And if we go broke, well, I don't want to go broke.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to be employed and get a good wage and all that. So,
Did you
like,
mention outside catering?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go houses or
Houses. I mean, like last week we did, you know, a few weddings. The Netherlands Yacht Club. We did.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like
doing weddings as well out
Yeah.
of the kitchen?
Yeah. So we'll prep it at our kitchen and then we'll take it to their kitchen and then off we go.
Have
I mean,
you
like,
got a function chef? Or
oh,
everyone-
it's this guy.
Really?
And then the rest of the team. So
One
we'll
arm
just.
bandit.
Shit changes when you're actually seeing the profit though. Like
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
fucking yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll rack out canapes. Fuck, let's go.
That function stuff
$5,
is
$10.
yeah.
It's just we're fair in our pricings, but you look at other like catering places, they're fucking like Jesus Christ. Like you look at like $7 for a little arancini ball.
Yeah.
Well, like, we do it for $5 and we look like heroes. So I was like, okay.
Weddings as well, dude. So you're doing, oh my God, everything from like bar snacks to wedding
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
That's, how big's this kitchen?
Tiny.
Jesus. Well, a cool room's big then.
It's tiny. It's really tiny. Fucking small as shit. It's so small.
Where do you fit all the food then?
Well, we get pretty organised.
Yeah.
It's all.
You got one of those wicked rack?
What do they call it?
The speed rack.
The speed rack.
Is that what they are?
Where would you put that?
We wouldn't. We
Well,
wouldn't.
no, you could. I mean, you could fit it in, but you'd have to take it out.
Yeah, but
every day.
But we just.
Dude, it's just tiny.
Tiny.
The more catering and functions we do, we amend our a la carte menu, so that becomes a tad smaller.
Yeah.
So it all kind of works. I don't know how, but it works.
It is one of those things. Like when I was working there, it is one of those things. You just go, okay, this is how small it is, and you just make it work. Who
Yeah.
cares? It all gets cold. It's all cold.
Yeah.
It all gets wrapped the same and all the usual shit. Everything's got its own area, but it's a no.
Yeah,
It's not
and-
like you walk in and curse the shit every day. It's just no. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music in the kitchen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's cranking?
Well, if Noah's on, he'll probably put on psychedelic porn crumpets or royal blood, so he'll keep it fucking.
Oh, I thought that was a music genre for a second. I was like, psychedelic, got it. Porn, got it.
crumpets.
I've been out of the game too long, bro.
No, he's the recently qualified chef Noah, and he's quite like he's got his own little world in there now. So he would just put the music on, boss the apprentices around,
Nice.
get his little thing going.
Oh,
and-
what a good time of life.
Oh, he's
Drink
loving
every
it.
night.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Come
yeah.
back fresh the next day.
Maximum metabolism.
Yeah.
Totally. One meal a day, max. That's
Yeah, he's just loving life.
just
yeah.
something to get by, just something to sustain the gut.
100%. Yeah.
Cool. And he's in charge of music. You
Yeah.
don't get in there? You don't?
Oh man, I used to give a shit, but now I'm like, as long as they're fucking happy, man.
Yeah, all right.
As long as it's not fucking some stupid new age mumble rap.
Yeah.
That's
Cool. Yeah, we should have a
kinda
strike
just-
list.
You kind of just like the
No mumble rap. You
No
should have a
mumble rap.
sticker.
I mean, like Claire's got her own things where she's like no death metal, which I'm totally like, yeah, cool. Like I don't want to.
I love death metal, but it's really hard to work in
Oh.
a kitchen with
Yeah,
death metal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
it gets to you after a point.
Yeah,
right?
you
You're like,
get a little bit tense.
yeah. I mean, like 80s thrash is as hard as I'd like to go. Like,
Is that Guns N' Roses?
or like Megadeth or something like that.
That's good.
But after that,
That is psycho porn crumpets.
well, yeah, psychedelic porn crumpets,
Psychedelic.
mate.
extra crumpet,
Yeah.
extra butter on the crumpet.
Royal Blood's good. I reckon I'd groove along to something
Yeah.
like that.
But they're just like the best. I think the best thing about having like a few people in their early 20s is that they like cooking and then they listen to music and they're like, oh, have you heard of like this band? And like, yeah, bro. And they're like, oh, cool. And then you like tell them all about it and then you're like, oh, you should listen to these guys. And they just put it on straight away because they're
Spotify
fucking
now.
nifty on their fucking phones and
Yeah, yeah.
just like fucking pressing it like a.
Yeah, we didn't really have like Spotify mixes, right?
No. They've got all the recaps and shit. And
Yeah. So it was
Yeah, to
the,
make
I guess it was the
a-
radio
Yeah, I used to make
or iPods.
Yeah, on the OG iPod you can make playlists,
Mm.
but then you couldn't change them or anything. So it's like once you got bored of the playlist, you're like, oh, we're just gonna do shuffle, and then like something will come on,
yeah,
Barbie Girl will come on or something.
fucking banger.
Yeah, I'm into it. Yeah,
But I remember like back in the day, we all, like the chefs always used to be like, Triple J, we're listening to the J's.
yeah.
And then Triple J got shit. Can we rag on Triple J on this podcast, or is
Absolutely.
We don't. I mean,
that alright? Is that alright?
there's no list of rules. I'm not sure how to answer that. Just say whatever you
Triple
want.
J's terrible.
Yeah. Thank you. Stop being a bitch.
Me?
Yeah.
So just say whatever you want.
They turned into like a leftist fucking political party. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be about the fucking music, and now you
It used
just
to be cool. Like,
Yeah.
remember when used to count down? The countdown was like the be all and end all to the year. It was better than Christmas.
it was
Yeah.
better than Christmas. Yeah.
It was, and Wolf Mother was number one, and you're on pills at the beach. Like, it was just good
Oh,
times.
what a time to be alive! I mean, right now it's pretty good for me because I've got the fentanyl, but
Yeah, because you're not dead.
It's on
Dude,
January
you could have lost your arm at some
I
point.
don't- yeah.
Do you reckon that was like on the cards?
They said I was close to cutting an artery because I cut 2 tendons in the muscle, so they had to re-sew
Oh,
that.
can I have one of those? Cheers.
What are we drinking?
Oh, I'll have the standard if that's okay, because
Yeah, chef.
these are heavy. They're heavy boys.
Ooh, all of us.
He's just strong arm.
Do you mind opening that for me? Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have a
nice.
good truffle supplier at the moment? Oh wait, do you have a good truffle rep at the moment?
See, well, I used to have the best.
Is this a loaded question by any chance?
Nah, so I use.
Make you more money on a dish.
Lockie's never lost more money for a company.
They made more money,
Yeah.
but sold less truffle.
Okay.
Who'd you fucking rip off?
Rockpool.
Yeah, fuck those dudes.
He doesn't like Rockpool. He's not a fan. We'll just call out everybody. Triple J and Rockpool. Let's go on.
Well, it's because Perth Rockpool was sort of up their own bum, whoever I was dealing with all the time. So they were like, oh, this one, but they would choose the truffles, and they would always choose the old ones
No, yeah.
that wouldn't last. And like they were like
Oh, Jesus.
like this, and you just go. Because what I'd do is I'd fill the old ones in the new bag and seal them up because I had a sealer at home. And so I'd just put them in and then take them straight to Rockpool. Oh, I think it was Tuesday at 10 a.m. or something like that. And then they'd go, and they'd always choose all the old ones that would go just decay within 2 days.
Why?
Because they wanted to choose them. So instead of going, I'll have 1.2 kilos of fresh, whatever comes in. Dude, you can get them within
A day, right?
8 hours, 6 hours. They're just up from Manji. That's all he does this season is just fucking pick them, or like obviously farm them.
Manage him up, are you saying?
Yeah, manage them up.
Ah.
So pull them and then send them in a esky. So all you really had to do is, it would be way cheaper for him to just talk to. Well, we were just a middleman. Way cheaper to talk to the farm and get it for even cheaper. But anyway, I would bring my scales, put them on, and he'd go, yep. And I'd just add 300 grams, and he goes, is that right? And he'd go, of course it is, mate. And that would start a terrible spiral.
Oh, no. Yeah. Once you got away with it once, you're just
Yeah,
addicted.
yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. So, yeah. But it was making me go there for no reason, and then just going, not that one, not that one.
Oh,
then
that's
go,
so douchey.
Oh,
That's so fucking-
Then they're going, not that one. It's like, oh, okay. Do you want to lick it too, so I can not sell it to anyone else? Or yeah,
That's so douchey.
yeah. But I would go there every day. But that's what made me keep going.
Who does their costings for steaks at Rockpool?
I'd say Neil Perry himself.
Yeah,
no,
dude,
no.
it's
Is it? Are we gonna all pretend that it's not overpriced or like?
no one's
Yeah,
pretending.
but it's,
I don't think anyone's pretending that in their life.
they want it all to be overpriced, don't they? At some point,
But
like the patrons want it. A lot of those people want to feel important.
Everyone I've spoken to that have eaten at Rockpool, they're like, fuck, it's expensive for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't, because we worked right next door. Rosetta,
Yeah.
Neil Perry's as well.
Yeah.
And they were all interlinked underneath, all three of them on the South Bank. So we saw all their food. I didn't find it amazing at all. Didn't think it was very good.
The Rockpool here is like the steak house or something.
Yeah,
it
A
is.
different one. And it's just
Yeah.
like...
And they'll like what I mean, like when they were aging everything, I didn't see them really, doing a great job of aging everything or putting the effort in to make it.
There's an art to that.
Yeah. Although Spice Temple, look,
Yeah, that's
fucking
definitely, yeah.
killer. Spice Temple did a bunch of really great things. Really, really good.
Have you guys seen that new place that's opened at Elizabeth Keys? Seven Head? Or
No.
I've seen it, I haven't been there.
yeah.
No.
What is it?
It's part of the Meat and Wine Co. But it's their flagship fine dining steakhouse restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool, but
Yeah, so Middleton's there, eh? From who he was, Fleur, fucking that group. Can't remember
Yeah.
the group.
the Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same people, yeah.
Yeah.
Standard as well. I
Yep,
think it's the same
yep.
people. He's cool. He's a good chef. He was at Santini just before I was and stuff like that.
Mm.
But yeah.
But it's a little bit. We're having a hissy fit.
It doesn't even matter who the chef is, by the way. It's just
Well,
I
it's
mean-
good. Hopefully, there's some good. We were just having a bit of a discussion last week about what's happening in food anymore. Like it was a bit of a rant
I
about
kind of want to go there. We should go there. I'll hook us up.
yeah, we should go there.
Yeah.
But what is going to be? What's something new
What
that
else are you
people are going to
I'll
do?
help you cut. I'll hold your fucking floor.
Thanks, bro. Can you? Yeah.
Everything canapé style for this guy.
Are you tired of is everyone giving you arm jokes? I mean, these are not jokes. These are terrible. But,
No, but people are like, "Oh, you've been cooking for so long, go and drop a knife." I'm like, no.
Oh, right.
Just a lot of.
that. Oh, fuck, I've been
but
out
it's-
so long. I haven't even ragged on your knife sharpening yet. You piece
Yeah.
of shit.
But I reckon the worst injuries will come
That would
either right at the start of your career or right at the end. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There wouldn't be in that middle.
The worst one
ground,
I
so-
had, the one we described, the knuckle one, that was right at the end. And at the start was just little things, or close encounters.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? You're like,
Where you
and I would do
scrape
that
the
again,
nail, just
but exactly, you just get so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I reckon we've got a couple of things that we're going to get through in this last little bit, and it's a little bit to do with no crying in the cool room. But
Okay. Let's cry.
well, do you have a crying in the cool room story?
Like personally, myself crying. No.
Have you caught anyone else crying in the cool room?
Do you remember any time you sort of thought like you were gonna sob? Is there anything like?
Any cries?
You don't have to be a crier. It's fine.
No. I'm not
it's like-
trying to be macho or anything. Like I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
it is,
I'm a
it is a
bitch.
weird question because we get this too. Like, we ask each other these any question and go, no, I don't really remember. And then one of us will start talking about, I remember 500 stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was early on where you'd fuck up, and then you were like, "Is this for me?" type thing. I remember. I remember at the function center once, the owner, and I love the guy, Rob, fantastic dude. But he asked me to dice something like carrots, and I just did a fucking terrible job, proper apprentice, shit. And then the next day, he's like, it wasn't busy, and he was very sort of he was lovely, man. If it wasn't busy, he just send you home 3-4 hours early. But when it was busy, you worked. So I remember me rolling in on this Saturday once and it was dead because we had a huge wedding on the Friday. And I was like, I'll just do these few little functiony jobs and it should be done by midday. And at midday, he brings out this fucking 20-kilo bag of carrots. And he's like, he goes, I bought this from the shops and you're going to spend 4 hours just dicing carrots to improve your carrot cutting skills.
Wow. Boss move.
Yeah. And Dad certainly was like,
Yeah.
How are your carrot cutting?
fucking
skills?
fantastic.
Phenomenal. Next level.
Fucking I can dice a fucking sorbet carrots in fucking 10 minutes, man.
Dude, and that's a trick in the back pocket now for one of your apprentices,
Yeah,
right?
but it was almost like he never got angry. he was just like,
Bet you was angry when he was buying the carrots. He's fucking little shit.
Yeah.
it's just like 20 kilo fucking bag of carrots.
Do
It's
you have
like,
a bigger bag? They go, we got 50. I'll take it.
And yeah, when he did that, I was like, you know, when you sink a little and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It was that type. He was very big on discipline, which is good.
Yes.
My first head chef was like that, and he would just pull stuff out like that. And then he must have. I didn't think I was like that obvious how much I hated it, but he must have just seen. Obviously, he just sees it, right? He used to walk past me and goes, "Wait, did you just call me a cunt?" And I go, "No, like."
I love that move.
But like, I obviously hadn't spoken, but my instant reaction was like to defend myself.
Yeah.
Even all I just were like, I didn't say anything.
I
For
love
the
that.
last 4 hours.
Yeah.
And he goes, but he was just laughing. He just wanted to bring me out of it.
Yeah.
And then he'd laugh at me, he goes, you know, but he just wanted to bring me out of my own filth.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
Yeah.
you know, you get into it, like
Yeah.
you're dicing, you're like, you know why you're doing it. You
Yeah,
know,
and you
it's the
feel like
value of the
shit.
lesson.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're going to get better doing it, but you fucking hate that you're doing it. And he just walked past it. I don't think there was a time he didn't get me with that. He'd always do it. Dude.
And especially like, yeah,
I remember
like
like 8 or 10 times. But he'd do the walk back like he heard something.
What?
Like he just he'd be like,
Did you?
"What? Just call me a cunt." Like, and he'd like deliver it. His delivery was perfect. And I'd always go, no, and then go, get extra mad, but then go, okay, this is cool. But it reset, and then obviously cut the rest of the bag of carrots. Yeah. He's got 20 kilos to go.
about 20 fucking kilos.
19.
Yeah.
And I remember like the first few I didn't peel, and I started just like dicing him, like skin on it. And he's like, fucking peel the carrots, you prank.
You're like, no, then it was like 4 hours. It's now 6 hours.
But it was a good lesson because like it taught you patience. It was like do it properly. And it was one of, I can't even remember what the dish was, but it was like a vegetarian lasagna or something, and it was like a wedding for 180, and I was getting like a little square out of a gastro, and he just wanted perfect fucking carrots.
Yeah.
And I just didn't give him good carrots.
You haven't seen any apprentices in the last couple of years cry?
No, I think I've probably made a few apprentices cry, but I try
They
not to.
they hid it from you.
Yeah.
You've never walked into a cool room and someone's shuffling the shelves and you just know.
But yeah. It's happened a few times. Yeah. I mean,
They're reaching right real far back, you know.
yeah, it's just like I think a few times away people have just like, you know, like miscounted prep, and then you're like, you fucking said 6 and there's only 2, and
That's big.
yeah.
I made I'm gonna say his name now. I made someone at the old laundry like really well up.
Did you? I think I know who you're
in
talking.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was like, just get off the pass, you're fucking this up. And then I just swapped because I was cooking, he was doing pass.
Yeah.
And then he just went to the cool room. No, it wasn't the cool room. I don't know where he went. He could have gone to do the dishes. Either way, it wasn't near me.
Yeah.
And we had the dishes going. I was already cooking, so I already had the stuff on. It was just like, you're fucking this up so hard, I'll just do the rest of the 3 dockets because I've already got the, you know what I mean, I've just played it all up.
It
But
was like a
but don't you-
pride cry.
But don't you think it's so different, like generationally, like you know?
so I mean that's exactly what you want, right? You want the food to go out. You want to go. You're stopping this from going out by 20 minutes.
And like your emotions shouldn't get in the way of this
and then,
now.
Yeah. He didn't storm off or anything. You know the guy.
But like, you know, I think when we were doing it, like, you know, in order for us to go to the cool room and have a bad time was like, you know, like someone had to fucking abuse you. Whereas now it's like, you're not doing a good job, let me do it for you.
Yeah.
And then still go off crying and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's
like
why I was
hang around.
asking.
I would hang around and watch.
You'd hang around and watch people cry.
No, hang around and watch you do
If someone
how I
pulled
should
you
be
off.
acting,
Yeah.
or how I should be plating up,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
how fast it should be, or
Yeah.
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 But also, like, it's good you give him the space. It was my fault as well for giving him the opportunity to
walk
the
off.
fucking
Oh,
pass.
to do the pass.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So you're pissed at yourself.
yeah. And I was like, just get away. You're fucking this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, because it's like they're going to be more emotional now.
Yeah.
aren't they?
Well, I think
So you
the
have to-
industry needs to change as well from when it was. You know, that's the reason why a lot of people aren't cooking anymore. It's because it was fucking brutal for the sake of being brutal.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be brutal. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it should be good, hey,
Yeah, it should be very like amicable and fine. Like, yeah,
and enjoyable.
exactly. And
Like, with good like we're talking about with the specials and stuff, good organisation, good staff meal.
well, Manifest would have made a few people cry, wouldn't he?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. He would call front of house chicks dogs. Like, tell them they look like sluts. Yeah, all kinds of shit.
All right, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
So I've never done that.
That's
But
hard.
none
That's,
of them ever quit because of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
But that was just the norm.
That's so it was.
Yeah.
Also, it becomes numb after a while. You're that guy that insults you. So, not you, but
Yeah, I
he
hear
is.
what you're saying.
You.
Whoever it is.
I mean, I have been.
Yeah.
I've brought up a couple of pretty bad stories on this
So
podcast.
at some point, there has to be a downtime where you're a normal guy, right?
Yeah.
There has to be a.
But people don't
Well,
look
why
at
are you yelling? There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
Not like you're yelling all the time. I'm ignoring you all
Yeah, exactly.
day.
But you
all
lose
day,
all.
every day, and it's actually calming to ignore you, because, and everyone just rolls their eyes. You look at each
Yeah.
other. Oh, okay,
Way more
we can do whatever
effective.
we want now.
Yeah, hold it back. Like, that's why with apprentices, I started, like, at the beginning of trying to train people, yell at them, tell them to do things that didn't do any of, like, the other work necessary, which is, like, teach them things, be nice to them,
Yeah.
and then when you yell at them, they respond,
Yeah.
which took me ages to figure out.
Yeah. That's just.
Because I'd come up in just getting yelled at. So there you go.
Yeah.
And I was a maniac, so I was like, yes, sir. And do some more.
Yeah.
Stealing.
Stealing.
What have you stolen?
What have I stolen? Oh.
Pre-old laundry.
This guy stole a circulator.
Yeah. Two.
Next level.
I actually got sent one this week as well.
From who?
From some company that wants me to do a video.
Oh, can I have it? But-
Sure. You want to do the video with me?
I'll do the video with you.
All right, then you get
Wicked.
it.
That's how you get a circulator.
Yeah,
I
you-
literally think it's called sous vide.
Is
I wrote this
it?
down.
It's not a Nova or anything.
It's what it is. It's exactly what that is, and it comes with a. It's like a Coke can size thing.
Yeah. It looks like a dildo.
Yeah. And then the
They look like
actual
dildos now?
the actual circulator looks like a handheld mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Bar mix. Yeah.
Yeah, send you out one then. Do the video.
You don't have to
couple
steal
videos.
things, you just have to
Just beg him.
be
So not only-
friends
not
with an
only do I have
influencer.
two- Not only do I have two, people just keep sending me.
No, I think I've only stolen a bit of food here and there, and not maybe booze occasionally, but
Oh, yeah.
few
You try and
few,
pocket
few tinnies, at the end of the shift, just. But nothing.
no one
nothing
else's
huge.
knives.
No. I've had my knives stolen a few times.
Because you weren't there or you were in the kitchen.
No, I wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're not there and you leave them there.
Yeah.
The knife thieves I have a thing about.
Oh,
I've never stolen knives either, but well, I guess I have, but it's like the paring knives.
I turned around quickly.
Yeah, but I'm trying
I've
to
never
think-
stolen knives. Yeah, I
but
definitely stole.
my paring knife always used to get stolen, so I just be like, well, whoever this is on my table
Yeah.
now goes into my bucket.
That's a dangerous
Yeah.
game.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So like, yeah. So well, it's like, okay, someone's got mine. I've got this one. Now it's like communal, but it's just a paring knife. When someone like, I've had big knives stolen. You're like, fuck, dude. Like presents.
Yeah.
$500 ones you actually wanted, and you're looking after, and you're hiding.
Yeah.
And then you're like, who the fuck knew it was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
those
they-
ones, they fucking gutless, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you're
like
not
them.
there at work,
It makes
right?
you sick. Yeah.
No one steals it when you're there at work. That's
No.
the
Gets to
worst.
take them home, man. And then
Yeah.
But it's only when you forget, and you're like, oh, that's fucking.
But you also
gone.
don't want to take it home. Like, you want to just, like,
Yeah.
be normal, have
Yeah.
your knives, leave them clean somewhere
Come
on
back.
a tray,
Yeah.
wrap it.
I mean, everyone leaves all their knives at work and sorbet containers in the same spot.
Yeah.
It's like the knife spot, but.
And have they all got Japanese knives now?
Oh man, everyone.
I had a Mundell
Yeah.
until last year.
Yeah, Mondel's are great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking tell the apprentices to get Victronox to start with, and they're like, "No, bro, we're gonna get this and this and that."
the
It's
show.
so boring.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're not Slash, like just
Yeah.
have an easy knife. Start small.
No, they all have like $2,000 Japanese
Yeah.
hand folded.
Yeah, like Kasumi fucking this.
And they're like, all right, we'll cut the pumpkins with that, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So true.
But I suppose like it's like anything. Like they want to have cool things, and then they'll be more in love with the job. I think that's
Yeah.
that's what
Knives
I take.
are a massive part of the job. It's interesting, isn't it?
When-
We're stabbers. We're not shooters. We're stabbers.
When did you
Look you in the
guys
eye.
fall out of love of buying new knives? Because I realized this recently about
Yeah.
myself, where I'm just like, I've got my 10 knives. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'll keep them sharp. Don't get me wrong, I'll still look after them. But this whole idea of like going to the shop and be like, oh, look at that Sentoku over there.
Yeah, no.
ooh, when am I gonna get that?
So long ago, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I got Shun's like 8-10 years ago, and that was it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. I'm so same.
Yeah, I've had the same.
I've just seen so many good knives get broken or
Where the fuck was I?
misused, or like, you know, they eventually all get chipped up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, just get some nice, hardy, good knives, some sharp ones,
Yeah.
and that's it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just had
It doesn't make you a better chef having a better knife.
No.
Or more
As long-
expensive.
yeah, more expensive knife, yeah.
I always just roll with 3. End of the day, I just roll with 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Victronox.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, 3 Wusthoffs, and that was it. And
Yeah.
they were good for me. They didn't, even if I was chopping all day, they felt all right in my hand.
And how underrated is the bread knife?
Yeah,
Bread knives are the best. I have a wicked...
I mean, like
think I
peeling
have a-
pumpkin, eggplant,
Yeah.
fucking, you just get that serrated shit going. I mean, like, on the other hand, I've seen chefs like just use bread knife
For everything?
for everything. I was
I'm
like,
not against that.
this bitch was a psycho.
Yeah,
should
probably.
be like chopping parsley with a bread knife.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
it too.
you like it?
This bloke called Jordan, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
Did she do a good job, though?
Not really, no. Should be like carving fucking like steaks
Yeah.
and
Really?
serve some bread knives. Just say bread knife. And not even like a good one. We're talking like just like plain Victronox bread knife. It's just going for it.
Wasn't
You're
it the
like,
bread knife with the heel on it?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's got a heel. Maybe she's just... What is she doing?
I would rate it if it was just like, Jesus Christ, you're crushing it with this bread knife.
Yes, exactly.
I would rate it. I'd be like, dude, that's not for me, but more power to you.
Filleting fish
Yeah,
with a bread knife.
just going, fuck. It's insane.
She's just going for it.
Dove a soul just like over the bump and just... Yes.
Yeah, but this other guy where we did the same thing, same knife, Victronox to the heel, and he would like finely try and finely slice everything with it.
Yeah, so, but
Everything.
why?
And you're like, just keep one knife sharp. if
But
you're
she
gonna
had
do that.
other knives.
She had a whole
She's got a whole heap of knives.
a roll of knives.
He would say stuff like this, right? He would say, "My first head chef showed me how to do this," and I said, "No fucking way he did it like that." Like just stuff to
Yeah.
make him not use it. I was like, "Yeah, but you." He would do this.
You got the
finely
power to
sliced
change,
chili,
bro.
Just like, and you're like, "No, we want it like this," and you're doing it like that. Can you see?
You're embarrassing us.
And you're also, he's like, fuck, why is this macing me? You're like, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
squirting juice all over the
What if you had a mandolin
aircon's
and
pumping
then
everywhere.
a heeled bread knife? Can you get away with that?
You probably could,
As
yeah.
a knife kit?
I fucking hate mandolins.
Yeah, dude.
There's not a worse fucking thing in the world than a
There's
mandolin.
nothing worse than a mandolin.
We've had the most comments ever on, still, they keep flowing in about mandolins.
What, people like them?
No, worse injuries to the
Oh,
stuff.
bro, like...
Just like mandolin. I've still got the little fucking thing on the
Yeah, look at that. He's got, the carrot cut?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What do the French call that? The gulf.
They call
They
that,
were Gulfrit potatoes.
call that hand
But,
element.
but like I was doing it, walked away to address someone else not hurting themselves, came back. One of the apprentices had taken the bit out because he wanted it for his one, and I was like, woof. Like he took the blade, the blade that sits.
Shit.
So it was just a gap with this fucking pins. Yeah. And I went gook, and I couldn't bring my hand.
Oh,
I know, gross.
But it wasn't that. It wasn't no arteries or something. But like that pissed.
Yeah.
That just pissed.
yeah, you
Yeah, but
didn't,
they're bad
you didn't
cuts.
need
But
trade,
also,
did you?
like my
That was
blood
a sharp
pressure-
knife. That was a clean cut. Yours is
My
all
blood
over the
pressure was
place.
fucking high when it happened because I knew how it happened. Because I saw a guy with a little bit.
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't care. I'll bleed out trying to find him. You know.
You're already injured.
You weren't using it. I was like, he's right, but
That's as bad as the guy. You know when you...
I had a potato on it. Like,
But that's like putting your water bottle on gym gear. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I've put my
true.
towel down, bro. I've put my potato down.
yeah.
Get off my mandolin.
yeah, true.
How do you guys feel about the... You know when you're using the sink and the last prick that uses it to fill hot water and then it just like turns it to cold and then you put it and go in the cold and you get scolded? Like, it's not that it burns you and not that you care, but it's like that, like,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Are you talking about a tap that swivels?
Yeah, swivel, yeah.
What do you got? Like a little hand basin?
No, just like a
anything.
trough.
I've
Yeah,
never
I'm not
had an
happy.
issue. Yeah, definitely. It sucks shit. But I've never had. I don't think I've ever had an issue thinking someone's done that to me.
Yeah,
I've just gone,
yeah.
oh, that was fuck. Bullshit. This is kitchen bullshit. I hate this place.
All right, we could think about things that we hate other people doing in kitchens segment.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
People drag their feet when they walk.
Yeah, I was a bit of
dragger.
a bit of a scuffer until I got pulled up.
Yeah,
Got pulled up proper by a chef, and he's like, "Stop fucking." He didn't call it dragging; he called it something else. Shuffling your feet.
Yeah.
Stop shuffling your feet. And I didn't even notice. But then from then, because we talked about at one point, what habits that you picked up that now you push on to other people. And his is, wasn't it slamming fridge doors, or maybe that was someone
there was
online.
a comment. Yeah, he was like, if I hear, he doesn't even give a shit about it, but if it happens, he suddenly cares. Like someone slams the, like like an underbench fridge or something. He's like, don't slam that, but he doesn't actually care. It's because his head chef used to give him shit about it.
People that close ovens with their feet.
Okay.
That's a fucking.
I'm all about, about that. Yeah.
I hate that.
The slamming.
No, but when like you have an oven, like a 4-burner with an oven, and they've taken something out of the oven and the oven's still open, and they use their foot to,
Yeah. I'm about it as well.
Yeah,
that'll turn those ovens off too as well.
Yeah, just fucking put the thing down and close the oven like a human.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know if you get away with that in kitchens.
No, you shouldn't. But I've
figure out a different way to do that. Yeah.
No.
I was about to say something, but it doesn't matter.
We've got a couple of things here. One says worst day at work, but we've already figured that out. It was last week.
Yeah, that day sucked, but I've had some pretty bad ones.
Something worse than fentanyl?
Fentanyl's good.
Before yeah, it looks good, dude. I'm quite jealous over here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Before the heavy injury last week, what was the worst day?
I think I was at Amelia Park Lodge and we got reviewed by Rob Broadfield.
He sounds important.
Yeah.
He's the guy kicked out of the kitchen.
Yes.
Which I'd never mentioned till now. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't say his name.
Nah.
And he gave us a pretty poor review after it was our third day of being open, and he reviewed us.
Oh, that's tough.
It was tough.
3 days in.
3 days in, he gave us like 12 or 13 out of 20, and he said that I couldn't cook fish, as in and that killed me.
Yeah,
as in he couldn't cook fish. Yeah, I had this gripe against the owner, and then we found out that he called the venue a day prior or something, and he asked what he had, and I was like, "You fucking dog."
A day later, and he called back and goes, "What did I order?"
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
So did he do one visit or two?
One visit, yeah.
What does that?
So
what does that mean? He didn't remember.
I don't know what this means for him, but I'm assuming he doesn't know what he had.
He was so drunk that he didn't know.
Yeah, and then he said that everything was shit and unseasoned and stodgy and overcooked.
Right. And how did you feel about the food? Were you on point by day 3?
No, I don't think we were on point, but I don't think we were that bad. But it's also it was a huge ego death, which is just probably a good thing to always have your ego in check and have your kind of confidence.
Yeah, if it's nested, if it's real.
Yeah, I agree.
If some guy's just ripping you a new arsehole because he doesn't like your boss or something.
Yeah, it felt more like that than anything else, but
yeah, but also I guess at times not trying to put those excuses in front of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. So after that, I became quite got to make everything fucking perfect.
Diligent about sending stuff out.
Yeah. Well, bit more sort of diligent and a bit more sort of based in reality. When you have that moment where you create dishes more to impress other people than to what you think works well. And I think after that I became way more about this is what I like to eat and this is how I want it done, and that's kind of it. Yeah
or less about the tasks on your prep list and actually this is a finished dish at some point. I'm tasting this not because it's a task to do, but this is a part of that dish and I am sending it out to people, they are eating it.
Exactly.
And that's the point.
Yeah,
that's a big moment at some point.
I think it's a great learning curve, to be honest with you, for a young chef.
Yeah, very nice.
That guy was different for different venues though. I've been at venues that he came, ate, wasn't that happy, came into the kitchen, told us, and he's like, "I'll just come back." That sort of shit. You're like, cool.
He just became too much of a self-righteous celebrity, to be honest.
And
with you.
people were listening. People listening to this dude.
Well, he's kind of for a while. He was sort of like the dude.
The only like West Australian food
Yeah, there
reviewer.
wasn't
Yeah.
really others that anyone would listen to about that. Not even there was. Well, to be honest, I don't remember anyone else but him.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Yeah,
If
that
you got
whole,
like 16.5, that was fucking epic.
there's one person and you read what he says about food and you're like, oh, go there or don't go there.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
But it changed very quickly in the last 5-6 years, I think.
Yeah, because you got more of these dudes around.
More of these dudes, and then they realize that they can't. There's so many of them now. There's so many. You got Gold Players, you got WA Good Food Guide, you got this, you got that, and it's like, it's all been watered down.
Everyone knows.
You know what I mean? Like, not,
totally agree with
and
you.
no one gives a shit. Like none of us are gonna go.
By the way, they're all fighting each other as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like in public.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
What
So
are they
it's
fighting
like-
about?
Oh, we're the only ones. We pay for our food. We're the only ones that review.
Credit.
we're the honest. We're the this.
We're
We're that.
the
Yeah.
ones. We're the ones.
But really, what they're fighting for is supremacy of
Yeah.
your opinion. It's to say they're better than everyone else, right?
But there's
But
a yeah.
like, what they're really doing now is ad revenue. So
Yeah, but there's a reason
That
why
exists
you have
otherwise.
you
Is
have
it website, magazine.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Their websites are they? That people.
yeah, but no one buys.
no one buys the magazines anymore. No one gives
Yeah.
a
It's
shit.
actually free now.
Yeah.
Well, the WA Good Food Guide is free.
Yeah, because I wonder how
This year it
younger
is, I don't know what
people
it was
like.
last year.
How would younger people find out if it wasn't TikTok and stuff?
Exactly.
But that's the good thing about it is because like why does he have more followers? Well, 8 times more than the West Australian.
Yeah.
It's
And do you know what? Okay, so I had this one. This is carry on. So I was
give me
at,
some more praise.
I was at a liquor shop. I was just trying to think how it started.
Yeah,
and
you should
they-
start with I was drunk.
I was buying beers at the bottle shop, and the guy there. You good? Go for it. I was buying beers, Liberty Liquors in Claremont, and they were saying they used to run full page ads in the West Australian for $5,000.
yeah.
I think that's what they said. Let's go with that. Maybe 3,000 to 5,000. Let's say full
It's
page.
fucking
ads.
expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, who's looking at that?
Yeah.
Right. You can definitely prove who is buying the paper, sorry, you can prove how many papers are being sold, right? To a point. I don't know what people don't buy. I don't know what they do with the papers when it gets sold.
Yeah.
But you can imagine they can go, okay, we sold X amount of papers. How can you prove how many people looked at that $5,000
Yeah.
ad and not only looked at it but engaged with it and did something about it?
Yeah.
On platforms like TikTok, it's right there. There's no fucking hiding, and you can see who's boosted something now, and you can see everything. So it's like, but which is not bad. If someone wants to boost something, that's on them.
But you're
it
attracting
might be
them.
targeting as well. If you're a business, it's probably a good way to go because you're actually targeting
Yeah, the people
the
that
audience you fucking
yeah,
want. So
yeah.
go for your life. But you can then go, okay, 250,000 people, 90% of them from Perth, X amount from Fremantle, or whatever you want to do. I've looked at this amount of engagement, and then you can go, hey man, what were your sales the next day, next week? And they go, bonza, or they go nothing. Do you know what I mean? So you can actually physically find out what the fuck happened here.
Yeah, I don't think a magazine
like-
could do that though.
Exactly. This is what we were
Yeah.
saying. It's like that's what opened my eyes to it because he was like,
That's why they wouldn't encourage it either, would they?
well, he said he stopped doing it because he used to do it. That's why they were ringing him. The paper was West Australia was ringing him saying you haven't placed an ad in a while, and he was like, what the fuck would I?
why?
What the fuck would I?
Yeah.
But he was saying every time I came to the liquor shop and got a 4-pack and just randomly did my unusual shit without him knowing that I was going to do it or anything like that, just like this is what I got because these are cool beers. I like these beers. He was like, yeah, so more craft beer people would come because they know there's a craft beer shop in Claremont. You're just reminding them
Yeah,
that
but
there's somebody near them.
that's
No
all.
one from Northbridge has got to travel to Claremont.
But that's
if you're in
merit.
Claremont.
But that's like meritocracy at its best because what you're doing is he's not giving you any money for it. You're going in there going, I like that beer. I'm going to do a post.
Yeah,
Therefore, this guy worked hard at getting good beers.
yeah.
I'm trying to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
And then business comes rolling into him where,
Whether he was just $5,000.
Yeah,
You want a fucking full page with no
And these
with
people,
no back end.
Now these people go around trying to prove their existence, I guess.
Yeah, but also the salespeople on that end are going, you know, we generate blah blah blah. He's like, you don't generate blah 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 for me.
yeah.
This cunt buys a
I don't
4-pack.
think you
I got
don't
4
generate
people
it.
in this shop
Yeah.
in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, that spent $50 each.
And maybe
He's
that's
like, well, who the fuck are you? You know,
maybe that's something for the industry as well. Is like, if you're not sending out good food, anyone at any moment can write a review
Yeah.
and say,
yeah,
"Oh shit."
yeah.
And it might be someone who's got 250,000 followers or 10,000 or whatever, but
But it's also the things that, you know, like institutions don't seem to deem cool, you know what I mean? Because everything's fashionable as well. Like, you know, like you could have someone that will come to your venue and be like, oh, I had the best work sundowner and we had awesome little cheeseburger sliders. Now, to chefs, that's like, oh, fuck, the old laundry did cheeseburger sliders,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But, like, there's a vast audience out there that'll be like, fuck, we
100%.
want cheeseburger sliders for our work sundowner.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, we'll go there. Like, and these people were like, well, you know, they can't make any money advertising cheeseburger sliders, you know, like, so it's like, it becomes this kind of, like, who are they aiming for? Like, you know, they want to have this prestige without actually putting in any effort into it
yeah.
at the end of the day, like.
All right. So then are people writing for Instagram as well, like writing menus and writing things for Instagram now where like, or burger shops where it's like more trying to be a pitcher?
I think so, yeah.
Burger shops definitely are.
Trying to be a pitcher.
I reckon they're doing it before. All right, well, you've definitely got staples. Say if a new shop opened, you'd already see it. You'd already see like the Oklahoma, or you'd see a fucking whatever, and you'd want a good picture. But it's fucking hard to get a good picture.
But don't you think that like upmarket bar/restaurants would use Instagram more to create an identity and then try to sort of like find people within that identity to attract them?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see there's a load of examples that I look to. Not that I've ever used because I've never owned a venue, but I would use it. Is like they do it themselves though. So you have to be a social media manager for your fucking self, as well as working, as well as
Just hard
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
But it also has to be engaging and watching. You're not saying anything crazy. You're just saying this is what we do. But you have to say it in an engaging, honest way,
Yeah.
and you have to direct the traffic. And like some people are just good at it. Some people are accidentally just fucking phenomenal at it.
Yeah.
And that's when you get things like like the one that kicked off last year was at that chip shop in the UK, and they just had a jingle someone wrote, and it was like mega chippy, mega chip. They went ape shit. It was just fucking lines. It's just a chip shop.
Right.
Everyone that went there was just like, this is a chip shop. You know what I mean? But it's like, but I still want to go here. Yeah.
Well, what does the old laundry do though?
Oh, we have
Social media manager?
we have two. We have Callum and Brooke.
Two of them.
Shout out to Callum and Brooke. You know, Callum takes the photos and manages our Instagram, and Brooke does our Facebook and. Yeah, let's go. And she does.
So that wasn't the like, you piece of
Beer
shit.
farm.
I was hoping it wasn't like,
I'm shitting on
No. Have you heard these? Where's the commie?
Commie, fuck off.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
That boiling
yeah,
point?
yeah.
Oh, man.
You went surfing.
And what's the one you talk about with Sergeant? What's he doing, Mark?
what's he fucking doing, Mark?
That's from now on a commie. And you? Come on, then, you pompous fuck. Pompous fuck.
So
Anyway.
funny. What is he doing, Mark?
What's he doing? We need to get that on there. What's he doing, Mark? And Mark's just like plating up,
Fucking so good.
serving gangs of
Yeah,
shit.
we'll say. So we have two, and they, you know, one runs Facebook, and she does all our functions and catering stuff, sort of back of house type things, and then Callum takes photos and runs Insta.
It's a big part.
Yeah,
big part
it's a
of it
huge
now.
part, and you know, like they have their own sort of agendas and how they want the dishes to look, to photos to look, the feel, and you know, like, I think it's a slow burn. You know, you can't just go out there and be like, I think it becomes too tacky, and I think you know, I think.
Well, I mean, you can do that, but you're right. It just disappears very quickly.
yeah,
Like, not a lot of people survive after that. It's just on to the next one.
Yeah.
on to the next
Yeah,
one.
or if you're focusing about the online Instagram stuff, like I know that some of those people actually run or influence kitchens now, or influence bars now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, we need all of this to happen, but actually at the end of the day, it also has to just be the food.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be.
But it also needs to be aligned with, you know, the chefs in the kitchen and what they're about. And like, I think the perfect Instagram person needs to sort of bring out the sort of attitudes and values from the venue and present it through Instagram rather than sort of create this sort of like persona that, because nothing worse than going into a venue and be like, well, I saw that on Instagram, that looks fucking nothing like it. Like,
Totally.
Yeah,
But what you're saying is like, if you're doing sort of like, you know, when you found your identity in the kitchen, you're talking about wholesome food, or this is the way that I like to do it. If they don't understand that, and they're just posting
it's
it in a
all
whole
lost.
different way,
Yeah.
they're posting it in a fine dining way, or they're posting it in another way. Yeah, someone's going to come in and it's going to be confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you can't have that either.
No, exactly. Yeah. Ooh.
No shit. All right. We haven't got long left, and then it's bonus time. We do a bonus round.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go.
Have you been listening to the podcast?
I have a little bit, yeah. The boys, Claire and Noel, put it on in the kitchen usually, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they were listening to the rules of apprentices, and I remember,
Yes.
I remember Claire going to me the other day. She's like, "This is what these fuckers should be fucking listening to and taking notes on." I was like, "I agree."
Really?
Yeah.
Because we just talk about shit out of our
I
ass.
honestly don't remember what I talked about.
But I do
I
love
never
that
remember.
people
I have to
listen
watch
to it. Yeah.
Like my wife gives me shit. She gave me shit this morning because I was like, "Are you watching your own podcast or it just come on?" I was like, "Bit of both." Like,
Slash the first one.
yeah, but I need to know what we talked about.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember.
I'll listen to them
It's
on
just
the
because
way
we
here.
chat. I think that's definitely a good thing. Surely,
Keep it real.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to try to. But sometimes you say some shit.
We've tried to harness a little bit of direction, as you can witness. But at least we could have. Yeah.
One more. All right. You've never worked an office job, hey?
Yeah.
No? Lifelonger.
We need to at least give Peru a gift for coming on.
Yeah, we got that.
All right, sweet.
We'll do one more.
All right.
You ruined the surprise.
I'm so sorry.
But it's all right. It's the first time we've done this. We're both very excited.
I
almost brought it in, and I was
Well,
like,
I actually
"Oh."
dragged it out the door. Realised
all right.
I was like, "Fuck, it's not even in the room."
Sorry, I'm high on fentanyl. I'll forget.
Yeah. Luckily, we've recorded this.
Yeah. I haven't seen the gift yet.
All right, another one that went. Last one. Worst hangover story in a kitchen.
Oh, bro. Can we talk about drugs or?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh wow.
I talked about being homophobic at one point. So,
Did you?
well, mistakenly, I was having a bad day. I'm not proud.
I actually think we're cancelled.
Yeah. I thought
My vision.
I was an apprentice during the golden age of festivals in Perth.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like a day at Futures, and I think I took like 12 caps of MD or something.
Oh.
And it was just nasty, and
Holy moly.
I had to go.
I'm already sweating, but I'm sweating more now.
I had to go back into work the next day, and it was just like, it was the worst day of my life.
How did you even get to work?
Well,
You wouldn't have gone to sleep.
No. I had a little bit of maybe an hour of sleep, and then it was mayhem. It was the days. Remember when it was Future Music, then Soundwave? It was back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Future Music, Caps, Soundwave, booze, and then next day at work.
Oh,
It was disgusting.
Oh, that hurts my neck.
Yeah.
Soundwave was ripping back in the day. As
Oh,
well.
bro, it was so good.
Was it Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah,
or
I think
System of a Down.
I think I saw
I can feel it.
a Future Music. I remember seeing Chemical Brothers headline, and I was fucked.
Fuck, dude.
And then the next day it
no
was.
one comes out of Chemical Brothers, okay?
Then the next day it
What
was.
just happened?
For some reason, Prodigy's at both festivals. Like they just crossed that line.
Everyone,
Like, dude, I just saw you yesterday.
everyone across the entire continent says, "I saw Prodigy this weekend."
Yeah. And then the next day at Soundwave, it was like, I think it was like Queens of the Stone Age and Iron Maiden, and I was like, I remember driving home or getting driven home, and I just had a blood nose, and I was eating a burger.
Standard.
Yeah. No shirt.
A blood nose dripping into a burger.
Yeah, standard.
And then
Soul day.
the next day I was at work, and it was the worst shift of my life.
How'd you get through it?
Oh, where was I?
Did you take some extra drugs to work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Dexies, and because I did the pastry section at Jackson's, I'm pretty sure I put Red Bull in the sorbet machine. So I was just eating
purpose or-
on purpose.
Yeah,
I was just eating Red Bull ices all day. And
Oh, that's a good call.
it was pretty good. Yeah,
That's a great call.
yeah.
Did you plan the day?
No, I was 20, man. Like, no, there's no planning. Yeah.
No. I mean, like
Balls to the wall.
No, I mean, like when you came back to work, you were like, "Oh, you just sort of survived with what you had left."
Yeah. It was,
Oh, right.
well,
I'll take this. I'll do this. Yeah, right.
Oh, no preps happening. Just try and get through.
no, the prep happened, but it was like it was the worst.
No, I mean prepping yourself. Like, I've got this amount in my hand that'll get me through today and tomorrow or something like that.
yeah. Well,
For the come down.
or
or for the-
rationing the drugs.
Yeah, or like offsetting whatever you think's going to fucking happen to you at work.
Yeah,
You're still
that-
going to churn the
Or
machine.
like slowly adding food back into the diet over the day. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
have
it
the
was-
Red Bull, then a little bit of fruit, then a Red Bull again.
All I remember is that Tuesday sucked, and the Wednesday was even worse for some reason. I don't know
Of
why.
course it was. Of course it was.
That's tough.
I can't see how you're not like a shriveled prune at that
I
point.
probably would have been. Yeah.
So dehydrated.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Did anyone else notice?
Oh, I think everyone knew.
Right.
It was just that.
But the
They
rules
would have
are...
known. You would have gone on about how you're going to say, "Oh, I'm married and next weekend."
Yeah,
Yeah,
as an apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great times.
But the
Like, 2
rules
days
are...
off and you're like, "Fuck, geez, that's going to be shit."
Yeah.
Gary's going to come in like
You're not allowed to
a
fuck anything
vegetable.
up, though. Right?
No, oh God, no, because then
Then you're
I
in
don't
trouble.
think- I don't think anyone would have
'Cause-
addressed it. Surely,
'cause
they
then
would have
you-
just gone, "Perez here, he's fucked."
Yeah, but you can't
But
fuck
it's like,
it
off
up.
he goes, right?
Yeah. The chef, when I was a chef and I knew that stuff was happening, I was like
Yeah, that's what I mean.
waiting for you to fuck up
Yeah, so
so I can get on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the rules, buddy. I used to...
How are you more perfect in that situation though?
Because-
it's not even you're inebriated thinking you're perfect. You are fucked because
Yeah.
no one's pulling you up.
No.
That's why you know you're like, I'm nailing this.
Yeah, 'cause you're
But
like-
you're so. It's because you have like one eye tunnel vision on
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
doing. If you're churning that shit, yeah, you're eating it. Or I'm assuming you're churning it.
Yeah.
Red Bull, yes.
Yeah.
Dessert or something. Yeah.
His own dessert, though. There's none on the menu.
Yeah, you're definitely like, you're nailing it. No one's pulling you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's something about it that makes you fucking like hyper focus. Like you like there's no room left in your brain for any more bullshit.
Yeah,
You have to get
just
this
stomping
it is
task
do
after
or
task.
die.
Do
If someone comes at me tonight at any point today, you'll be in the fetal position
yeah,
and
that-
it'll be over.
Yeah, the shifts
You have
weren't
to be so
small.
perfect.
10, 12-hour shifts, and
Yeah.
by the end of it, you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get through it though?
I don't know.
do it, right?
As a 20-year-old, you can fucking do anything you want.
Keep cramping.
It was pure ego. You're like, I can fucking do
Yeah,
this.
it's like
It wasn't ego for me. It was survival. Honestly, it was.
Oh,
like,
but it was both.
just like-
It had to be both because you would have had. Because if you didn't have the ego, you wouldn't have done it.
Maybe.
'Cause
Maybe
you-
it is ego.
'cause
But
you would've-
well, in my head anyway at the time, it was like keep tramping forward and don't fuck up because I don't want to hear about it. My head hurts.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. I'm going to hear about it because I've had fun once. I want to do it again. I want them to let me out of the fucking
Yeah.
circus. Or if I want 3 more days off next year, I want them to let me out and do it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
But then you also do dumb shit like.
there has to be an ego in that as well.
Because everyone else is having like spag bowl for dinner, and you've just got like a whole bowl of spinach because you're like, I'm on a health kick now.
The day of the come down.
yeah. You're just like hey, spinach, like don't dress a little bit of lemon and
Yeah.
olive oil. I'll look after myself.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your blood is like,
Yeah, you fucking got saucepans.
Yeah. You're losing your vision.
Yeah.
You have to ask people, have I got the steaks in my hand? And they're like, no, bro, that's chicken. You're like, thanks, brother.
I also think working dessert section during something like that makes it easier because you're just surrounded by sugar and ice cream and
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
And
colder
hopefully
too.
you-
I almost feel like
Yeah,
I'm colder.
And you
Like
can
it's a-
hide a little bit, hopefully.
oh, you can.
You off? Yeah, you being on the line.
Yeah, on the line you're fucked. I've never done it on the line.
My story was
I just sweat.
I was cooking on the line, and I had a pill in my pocket, and I had to just middle of the service. I had to take it. I was just fucking failing, you know. It wasn't to have fun. It was to
it's
stay
to
alive.
survive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I had
Yeah.
one left, and I was like, "This is it. This is the break glass. We're in trouble. It's gonna be game over."
It's funny how everyone knows that, right?
Everyone
Everyone
knows.
knows that this could be complete destruction,
But everyone's fine with it
Yeah.
because they just know because they would have done the same thing, and you just have to continue it on.
But
Yeah.
you have to be as good, if not better.
You have to be
That's
better.
the only
Yeah.
thing.
You have to be better.
You can't be worse.
No.
Otherwise, it's over for you.
You can't even have a half bad day. You have to be like epic.
Yeah, you have to crush it.
You have to
And then
yeah.
when you crush it, people are like, nice.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, thank you.
And the guy that calls in sick after a bed then just gets sacked, right?
Done. Knife stolen. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Don't leave your fucking knives
Shoes
around,
in the
brother.
freezer.
Yeah.
Someone stole my paring knife. I'm stealing everything you got, dude.
Yeah. It's like, how dare you enjoy yourself and then not come to work?
Yeah. Which is weird, hey? Like, the fact that, like, if one person doesn't come in and now it's all over,
Yeah.
like, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
It's a weird industry in that way.
It's just permanently understaffed. Yeah.
You've just got enough.
Yep. You've only got enough. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Pero, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
You want to stick around for bonus round?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
We'll do it.
What's the bonus round?